BELROSE on behalf of Lisa Novak, our team from Novak Properties. Property going to auction, 21 WANNITI Road here in BELROSE. It's been nicknamed the celebrity home, and obviously walking through the property, you see why. Good luck to all those respective registered bidders here today in anticipation for buying their absolute dream quality asset. We are going to run through some auction conditions before we start. If you have any questions in the lead up during the auction, just let us know. We pride ourselves on running a very open and transparent auction process here today, so just let us know. Auction conditions are on display. All I will say is you do need to be registered. If you have not registered yet and you do want to try and make a play and bid for the property, we can register you at any time. I have been authorised by my owners to make one bid for them. If I do make that bid, I'll let everyone know. It is called a vendor's bid. Every time you bid, you just need your bidding card number up. Hammer Falls Property sells. Reserve price has been handed to me 30 seconds ago, and I believe with what's trading at the moment in our local market, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to acquire an unbelievable property here in BELROSE. A very realistic offering to hopefully take it off the market here today. The contract's been available, very standard, all the normal annexes you'd expect to find inside the contract. You've at least throughout the whole marketing campaign. I'll say one thing, if you've got any questions, call Lisa out. She's more than happy to come out and help you with your bidding. I'm sure she's had a chat to each and every one of you here today, and she's kept a lot of contact with you through the process. But the whole team from Novak Properties are, again, happy to come and help you. If the hammer does fall to your bid, it's an unconditional sale. Be very clear with that. What that means is you pay the deposit and you sign the contract straight after the fall of the hammer and completion in the appropriate time period. 21 WANNITI Road, BELROSE is the property on the contract that you are trying to buy today. They're the auction conditions and the contract. The property's unconditional now. Best of luck again to all parties. Well, ladies and gentlemen, from a suburb, born and bred on the beaches, and I think this is obviously one of the rarest properties that you'll find in BELROSE for the sheer size, the proximity and the build and the land holding of just under 3,000 square metres of absolute prime real estate with an unbelievable backdrop. When you're looking at backdrops, you can't get any better when you're buying in BELROSE than what you're standing behind, what I'm standing behind right here today. The home is absolute world-class in every way. I've never seen ceilings throughout the whole property this high. The entertaining zones from the kitchen to the lounge area to the indoor and outdoor flow to the pool, seamless design all the way through, meticulously looked after by our current vendors who are quite emotional to trade the property and let it go, and I completely understand. But from bedroom space to car accommodation to outdoor entertaining zones, to just being in one of the best growth suburbs on the northern beaches over the last 10 years for families. We all know where prices have gone in BELROSE over the last 10 years, but it continues. And the proximity to schools, to parks, to upper North Shore, lower North Shore, down to the beaches, I mean, it speaks for itself. Ladies and gentlemen, I could probably talk about this property all day, but this is your time, your chance to buy this property and make it your own here today. A trophy residence in the heart of BELROSE, known as a celebrity home, going to auction, 21 WANNITI Road. Who wants to go first? The guide's been very public, I might say, ladies and gentlemen, at 5.9 million is where the guide's been throughout the whole marketing campaign. So that's the process of where I'd like to start the bidding around that mark here today, not to waste anyone's time, and I'm all keen for doing that. So who would like to get the bidding and start? 5.9 would be a good starting point. That's where the guide's been throughout the point. You yell it out and let me know. I'm all in. Opening bid. A cracker of a home in a brilliant pocket of the BELROSE market. Auction live. It's going now, and happy to hear where you see that. If you want to work backwards on a just shy of 3,000 square metre block of land, and then you try and recreate this asset with building costs at the moment, you'd never do it with what the reserve's been set. So I'm all interested in an opening bid. We start the bidding around the 5.9 mark. We've got plenty of registered bidders, plenty of parties wanting to buy the property. I know we've got a few parties hoping it doesn't sell. I know there's one particular party hoping it doesn't sell because they can't exchange under auction conditions, and that's fine because we may get there after. We're in no rush to sell, but we're very keen to sell, and we've got multiple bidders here who can buy under auction conditions, and we've got a few who can't, which is fair enough when you're talking about that price point. But we want to make it fair for our registered bidders, first being game day at auction. You get the first go at auction to buy the property, being registered. After auction, it can be open to all parties. So opening bid. If you pay 5.9, the guide, throw your card up. Let me know. You've got to have a crack, and why not? You don't find these properties hitting the market every day of the week, I can tell you. You'd have to wait a few years, probably plus, and then the prices won't be where they are today, I can guarantee you. So opening bid, yell it out. And I'll give you some time. If you're just here to observe and hold a registration card, that's fine. I'm very happy to pass it in. I don't want to, but I'm very confident this property is going to sell because I do have very realistic owners, and I know I've got a plethora of buyers in the room. So I'll call it 3 times. If no one wants to start the bidding, no problem at all. I'll pass it in. But I'll be very clear, if I pass it in, it's a silent auction process. And I can guarantee you, Lisa is a lot better at getting money out of you than I am. You'll pay more than Lisa than me. So I'd be buying off me on the auction floor than rather dealing with Lisa after I've seen it happen. So opening bid, I go, wow, we shouldn't have run that auction. Just got 100 grand more than they could have paid on the floor. So that's what she does. So I'm happy to hear your bids. If not, I'll pass it in. I'll call it once for an opening bid to start, ladies and gentlemen. The guide's been 5.9. You want to start there? If it makes you happy to start at 5.8, I don't mind. You tell me. You're the market. You're the one potentially partying with your cash here today to buy one of the best homes that have hit the Northern Beaches market, especially in suburbs like this for a very, very long time. Try 3,000 squares. Second, for an opening bid, calling for the guide at 5.9 million, which has been no shock value for all registered bidders here today when we've been indicating the guide throughout the process. A gorgeous family asset in the heart of the BELROSE market. I've called it twice for an opening bid to start. Third and final call. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to be very transparent because after auction, people think, oh, this is brilliant. This is the best way to buy it. To get it cheap at passes. It's not, because we're going to have about 6 or 7 parties that you're at least going to have to talk to. The home's big enough. We'll just put you in each and every room separately. We'll just do a silent bidding war. You won't know where the other bids are, but that's your problem, not mine. My problem is I'm running an auction. If you're playing games that play as many games as you want, I've seen games over 25 years, they don't work. The only games that work is putting your card up trying to buy well on the auction.
I'll start with 4.5.
Oh, sir, that's way too late. I'd be registered bidding 5 straight against you. I'm not starting there. I haven't got all day. My birthday's only till midnight. I'm not starting with 4.5. So if you said 5.5, I'd probably get kicked out of the home, maybe start. I don't know. But I'm not going to start anything out of that. We've been saying 5.9 as a guide. We're not selling land. It's a home with it. So opening bid, and I'll be very professionally saying that because I'm very confident, and I'm very, very confident an asset like this, for what's been trading, ladies and gentlemen, unbelievable. I do appreciate you wanting to come and start the bidding. It's a little bit too low. So 5.9's been the guide. If there's no bid at that mark, I said we're very transparent. We do have parties in this room that can't buy the property under the auction condition process, which means you have to pay the deposit right now. And you have to sign a contract. We've got parties that need time, who can buy it, need a couple of days to sort finance. That's fine. We're happy to do that after auction, not during the auction. So what I'll do is if no one wants to bid, and the reason I'm mentioning that, if you can buy at auction, you're doing yourself a disservice waiting for after the auction because you're just allowing competition to bid against you. So I'll call it 3 times, and that's been the most transparent process. It's exactly what we've been saying all the way along. It's what's happening, and it's what's going to happen after the auction if it doesn't sell. So I'll call for a bid. If there's no bid around the 5.9 mark, I said, if you want to start at 5.8, 5.7, if that's, I'm all good with that. But anything around the suggested number, I'd just be wasting your time, sir. So I appreciate your indicated price. So I'll call it once for an opening bid. I always have one quick chat with you, Lise, just before we do. Just want to double check. I know there's plenty of cards this side, plenty of cards this side. So I just want to make sure I'm being heard to say if there's no bid at the price that we'd like to start around that 5.9 mark, and it can be 5.7, it can be 5.8, it doesn't have to be 5.9, that's where the guide's been. We will pass it in, and if we do pass it in, we negotiate with registered and unregistered parties straight after the auction. You don't need to be registered after an auction, you throw your hat in the ring with auction conditions until midnight tonight. So just to be very clear. Okay. And there will be a process where we'll be taking offers back and forth against parties. I'll just chat with you for a sec. I'll be one moment, Mark and Shaw will entertain you for 30 seconds.
Guys, so if you're ever wondering what happens what are Lisa and the auctioneer talking about at the moment, it's about strategy. So there's obviously a reserve price that's been set on the property, and then they're having a bit of a chat about, where do we go from here, the active bidders that have registered it, or the people that have registered for the auction that are here, how to deal with it on way forward. And I guess they're sort of dealing in a way forward tool that gets called under the hammer. And then if there's no bid made under the hammer, then what will happen is we'll talk to the people that have registered today and see who wants to put an offer in, because some people have conditions that didn't quite meet the auction conditions. For example, they may have wanted to do like a 3-day cooling off until they get some finance approved and things like that. So owners wouldn't entertain that when they've got the auction deadline, but after the auction, they probably will. So that's what's sort of being discussed at the moment. Any questions? Yeah. Yes.
Someone has asked how much do they want for it. Can you please answer that?
That's the guide.
Awesome. And how large is the block?
Block's 3,000 meters square. Got a brochure. I'll just show you that brochure. So you can see from the sky, which is quite special. I can't actually reference how big the house is in the photos, but these ceiling heights are just massive. So yeah, it's beautiful. That one just there's the big block to me. And simply, I love the ceiling. Any other questions? Recent sale. Thank you.
What will happen with either the auction or the weather these days. It is just miserable. The one is really phenomenal. It really is one of a kind. It is a unicorn.
Okay.
There's just like this.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. I don't rush anyone in our auctions, not our buyers and our vendors want to have a conversation with me, so I give them that respect and I'll just have a quick 2 minutes with them. What I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, I'm, as I said, going to disclose my vendor bid now. I did make mention in my conditions I could make one bid, and I'm going to make one bid for them as a vendor's bid, and I'm sure there's absolutely no shock value when I indicate my vendor bid, and the guy's been 5.9 throughout the process, but I'm going to make my vendor bid at 5.8 million, okay? Vendor bid made 5.8. And I just want to repeat, ladies and gentlemen, and I am going to sound like a broken down record here in beautiful Belrose. We've got multiple registered parties. We've got parties hoping that I rush this process and pass it in because they want to do a deal with Lisa out of auction. Now, that means a 5-day call-off. I'm not interested in that at the moment. I run an auction, which means your hammer falls, you buy now. So we're happy to do it after. Vendors are very happy to do it after. They'd rather it sell now, but they're happy after too. So I can't be very clear to say if you want to buy it and you've got situations you can sign a contract today and pay a deposit, which all our registered parties can do because that's why you're registered. Make me an offer now to 5.8 and the auction goes. We're at 5.8. If not, I'll pass it in. You'll still be included, but there's a lot more competition after. And we'll be doing the situation and the negotiating straight after the auction. So bid, ladies and gentlemen, at 5.8 million, I'll call it once. And if you need time, if you need a discussion, let me know. I'd like to go straight to 5.9. If you want to go 5.850, that's also fine, no problems. So of course, once at 5.8 million, remember, what are you going to buy? 2,950 square metres of absolute prime Belrose real estate, backdrop like this that you won't find anywhere in Sydney with an asset like this. And you've got entertaining zones, indoor and out, unbelievable size bedroom. It is the absolute magnificent family home. Bid's been made at 5.8 million. The grounds are gorgeous, the home's even better. And the location for me, second to none. Second, at 5.8 million. If there is no bid over the 5.8 million mark, we will pass it in. We are under auction conditions till midnight. Third, at 5.8 million. That's fine. Just double checking. We're just going to make sure everyone is here. Did you bake those? It looks like in the kitchen, because I know Lisa gets you to cook regularly. It's behind the kitchen, it's working well. Brownies, my birthday, you've eaten my birthday cake. We're going to serve 585. It looks like you suit the home. It looks like it's a perfect home. Absolute perfect home. You just got to part with some of that cash, sir. At 5.8, current bid made. It's exactly where the bid is. Sir? No? I get really good when people bid, by the way. When people bid, I'm even better as an auctioneer. So by myself, talking to myself, I'm challenging. So 5.8 million, current bid. And I get really annoyed with this situation. Do you know why? Because Lisa's going to call me on the way to my next auction and say, shit, I've got 7 people and they're all throwing off. Can you come back and do an auction? I'll say, well, no, because I've got to charge you 10 times extra now to come back. So if you want to bid now. If not, we'll just pass it in. We're very confident it's going to sell. We know we've got people who will pay the number we can exchange for, but not under auction conditions. We want to make sure that you're here, registered, and you have to go. There's one party having a conversation. If there's nothing out of that, that's fine. I'm going to pass it in, and then we're under auction conditions till midnight. So I've called it twice, and I've made the opening bid, being the vendor bid, at 5.8 million. Third and final call. You definitely don't increase the distance. Do you want to match the vendor bid at 5.8? Gives you an opportunity to be first to speak to Lisa. Okay, no problem. Do you want to match the vendor bid at 5.8, sir? If you did, I'm happy to obviously take that bid and get rid of the vendor bid. Then you'll have first right to chat to Lisa. Do you want to do that? Do you want to give me 5.8, sir? And you'll have an opportunity to chat to Lisa first. You let me know. But you can see your competition's there. You're going to have competition. So that's fine. Third and final call at 5.8 million. If there is no bid over that mark, hope you've got no more opens today. Lisa, you'll be here for a while. All right, just double checking. Is there any bid? No. Do you want to match the vendor bid at 5.8? Sir? No, that's fine. There's 2 bids. I'm checking through. I want to wait till after. No problem. Okay. So what we'll do then, Lisa, if no one wants to bid at 5.8, we'll park it. We'll pass it in. We're under auction conditions till midnight. And I'll be clear that, ladies and gentlemen, there will be no exclusivity after the auction for negotiations. We'll treat everyone fairly, but we'll make sure everyone has an opportunity. We do have multiple parties registered and a few parties not registered who are ready to make offers. So I'll be clear, someone will be disappointed with the process, but I can't do any more than offering you the property live to be bidding and trying to buy it now. So I've called it 3 times. Sir, definitely out for now. Okay. So what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to pass the property in at 5.8 million. What I will say is, I can't thank you for your spirited bidding, but I can thank you for coming along for the free coffee and saying hello. And what I will make mention of, if you are interested in making an offer, please come forth right now. We know we've got parties that will do that now. We are under auction conditions till midnight, meaning if we get a deal done before midnight, it's exactly like the hammer falling, or the legal responsibilities on the buyer being under auction conditions and the vendor. Any questions, let us know. Thank you very much. You will not find a home like this, I can tell you, for a very, very long time. If you'll find it again, who knows? So come forth if you're interested. Vendors are very realistic. On behalf of Lisa Novak, team from Novak Properties, have a crack at the rest of your weekend. Drive safely. Thank you. Thank you.
What an interesting turn of events. So throughout the course of this campaign over the last few weeks, we've had over 200 people come through this property. So much interest, guiding 5.95 million throughout the course of the campaign. Like I kind of touched on earlier, it truly is an absolute unicorn property. There is just nothing like this that I have ever seen myself in BELROSE. The auction has passed in, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that there's more competition behind closed doors now. We are under auction conditions until midnight, and I can guarantee you there is so much interest in this property, and I am really intrigued as to know what the final result will be. Best of luck to everybody that does have interest in this property and to the vendors as well. And thank you for joining us here at 21 WANNITI Road. As you can see, so we'll start with the pool. We are almost like an infinity pool, but not quite. We're a glass that backs onto a natural river. We have some extreme bushland here in front of us, as far as the eye can see, and you just have so much beautiful wildlife that comes through. There's wombats, you can hear kookaburras in the morning, and what
I don't know what kind of trick was that.
Easy transition between indoor, outdoor, entertaining lawn. That lawn is even big enough to drop a tennis court on, a basketball court. I think it would be a great space for weddings as well. If you can imagine a beautiful floral architrave, some seats out there, stuff to wed people. Maybe I should be a celebrant as my side hustle. Butler's pantry, huge kitchen, stainless steel appliances, perfect for a growing family, a family that is already grown, someone that loves to cook as well. The iron ladder with single leather beds throughout the three. One bedroom through here with its own ensuite can be used as guest accommodation. 6-car garage downstairs with the internal access. A study zone here as well. And just look, every aspect of the house is just stunning. No single thing has been overlooked, no expense spared. Soaring high ceilings. I just don't think I've ever been in a home with ceilings of this height.
So high. There you go, microphone lady. Take that.
I didn't know what was happening there. Coming into the bedrooms. Imagine waking up to this view every day. Serene, beautiful, quiet. There's just so much to love about this property. And one really cool feature is the indoor-outdoor flow to the neighbouring bedroom. So this is an architecturally designed home, and this is purpose-built, this little window. So when the daughters were much younger, they used to love being in each other's bedrooms. So although they have separate bedrooms, they still have access to one another to have their little midnight conversations and chow down on those little midnight snacks too. So there's a lot of stories about the design of this home. It was built for a growing family and for someone to call their forever home as well. Stepping through the property. Any initial thoughts? I think we love it. I think we love it. We've got this secondary bedroom there. And just take a walk through this bathroom as well. I'll leave you guys to it, but what a monster. Beautiful stone tops, LED lighting, double vanity, heated towel rails, heated flooring, and what a tub. I could see myself in there sipping on some champagne with some bubbles, maybe some strawberries too. Let's make it really romantic in here. We've got the laundry through there. And I'm not sure if we can come through this little secret room. Let's see if anyone's in here. Secret space, we're not allowed in there. But that is the main bedroom with a walk-in robe and an ensuite as well. I might leave you guys with one final piece de resistance, the outside of the property. So to really understand what we've just walked through, let's do a little facade shot of the actual property. Other features as we're walking away, we've got an atrium here, little nice outdoor courtyard, full media room, which is built to the highest standard one can think of when it comes to an indoor home cinema. Heading outside, I just love the way the rain makes all of the greenery look so delicious, so luscious, so vibrant. And then we have what is Belrose's absolute monster home. It is a trophy home. It is one of a kind, and it could be yours. It is still on the market. And thank you for my grand tour. I'll be doing this every auction.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.